Good afternoon. My name is Randy Wolken, President and CEO of MACNY, the Manufacturers Association, and the Manufacturers Alliance of New York State. This is my May 8th, Friday, COVID-19 update. The governor's press conference today was at Marist College in Dutchess County. The total number of hospitalizations and intubations is down again. The number of new cases is slightly down, with 604 cases on May 7th. The new hospitalizations per day has been flattening out and is coming down more quickly at around 600 cases per day. There were a total of 216 COVID-19 deaths yesterday. Of these, 171 were in the hospital and 45 were in nursing homes. This is a slight decrease from the day before. A total of 21,045 New Yorkers have passed away due to COVID-19. The governor reminded there's still a lot we don't know about COVID-19, and the lack of facts can hurt you. Initially, we were told if you had the virus and antibodies, then you were immune from getting it a second time. Now, we're not sure that's the case. That's what makes this particular disease so threatening and challenging. The governor stated that along those lines, it was believed that the virus did not affect children. Now we can see evidence that, while rare, COVID-19 can cause severe illness in children, and the reality is we need to take that into account. The state is aware of 73 cases in New York and one fatality so far, a 5-year-old boy in New York City. The governor called on all parents and guardians to see immediate care for your child if any symptoms do begin to exhibit themselves for your children. And there's a listing of those on our COVID-19 update page and the OSTRUF update related to the governor's briefing. Please look there if you want to see the symptoms. The governor recognized that the virus is disproportionately affecting minority communities. Of the 21 zip codes with the newest hospitalizations, 20 of those have greater than average Black or Latino populations. The state will be looking into ways to overcome this inequity. The governor announced that the Children's Victim Act's revival window of time to file a claim will be extended an additional 5 months until January 14th, 2021. This is in light of the reduction of court services due to COVID-19. The governor ended on a positive note that we're finally ahead of the virus. We have turned the curve towards moving in the right direction, really through our united actions, collective actions across the state of New York. The cause and effect is clear, and now we're in control of our destiny and the spread of the virus if we continue to take the proper precautions. Secretary to the Governor, Melissa DeRosa, acknowledged that the backlog in unemployment claims is there and urged people to go online due to the volume of phone calls. The state is working hard to streamline the process, but this is something they have never experienced before. In the last 7 weeks, New York has paid out to New Yorkers $6.8 billion to 1.6 million people, 3 times as much as the state has paid out in all of 2019. Governor Cuomo emphasized that there are more people unemployed today than during the Great Depression, and that is the only comparable situation. The executive order extended provisions of a variety of executive orders today. Is Executive Order 202.28. It's important to know those, and you can see those listed on our website. I won't go through all of them because there's quite a few important extensions. To include modification of criminal law, and there's a series of ones related to tenants and landlords, and that all schools will remain closed throughout the remainder of the school year. That's a big announcement. School districts must continue to plan for alternative instructional options, distribution of meals and childcare during this period, but there will be no schools opening up again. The New York Ford announcements will continue. In an effort to reopen New York State without triggering the spread of the coronavirus, Governor Cuomo has determined reopening will be done regionally based on 4 core factors: monitoring new infections, healthcare capacity, diagnostic testing capacity, and contact tracing capacity. On May 15th, the New York pause order will expire, and some regions will start to reopen based on meeting these criteria. The governor has provided a breakdown of where each of the regions currently stand. You can find that through a link on our website, and it's important to take a look at it. Depending on what region you're in, you'll see New York pause happen and roll out differently. The good news for manufacturers is that manufacturing and construction is in the first phase of reopening. So despite being essential or non-essential, as long as you can be safe, and that is the key, low risk and safe, you can begin reopening if you aren't open, or open more completely if you are open. The good news is manufacturers, for the most part, if you are an essential business, you've been open to some capacity. And if you haven't yet been open, there's a game plan and an opportunity to put a plan together for you so you can open safely. We can help you do that. We have a state-of-the-art and actually nationally recognized approach that you can find on our website called Keeping People Safe and Our Factories Running. We believe that these norms can also be used for other businesses. Our particular focus as a manufacturing association is to work with manufacturers, but we will be willing to help you in other capacities. If you're a non-essential and non-manufacturing member, we have some good insights. Cindy Omegan on our staff is our staff contact and expert. You can find out details about the program on our website. And again, it's a highly sophisticated yet complete program that you can implement at your facility so that you can open and stay open safely. The good news is we've had manufacturers from day one using these approaches, and we've refined them into a highly effective program. Also, there's some up-to-date guidance that you can find linked on our website from the New York City Department of Buildings. There have been no changes to Empire State Development's guidance. New York City has some updates. You can find them on our website. It's a difficult time for everybody. We're heading into the weekend. It's time to take a break. There's been a series of important announcements made over the last week to include the reopening of manufacturing and construction in phase 1, to include an understanding of the governor's team's perspective on how we can reopen and how that's going to be done regionally. We've also seen the impact of the coronavirus on our economy. A large number of individuals are unemployed. This is true in New York State. This is true throughout the country and now the world. I believe we're now headed into an extended period of recession, probably one of the deepest and more difficult ones that we've experienced in our lifetime. To put an exclamation point on it, unemployment now has reached the level of the Great Depression. We have not seen numbers like this for a very long time. In fact, none of us have seen it personally, just historically. We do have a strong underlying economic engine. It will take us some time to get it going again because the Great Pause has really sent a lot of people home and caused markets to be disrupted, supply chains to be disrupted. So a significant amount of work has to be done to regain our economic vitality. In about 2 months, we went from one of the best economies we've ever had in modern history to one of the largest number of unemployed in our modern history. So a very quick transition in terms of our economic outlook. Prior to this crisis and prior to the oncoming recession, economic activity from the private sector was at an all-time high. Unemployment was 4% or around 4%, and we really were leading the world in economic output. I believe that those fundamentals still exist. It's just will take us some time to get it going again. Also, we'll take a look at what we're doing. Recessions do that to us. What should we continue in our operations? What should our business models be? It's important that we make smart, wise decisions as we move forward as business leaders and as community members. But we'll get through this. We're a strong, vibrant community with strong, vibrant people, and we'll do it together. I wish you well for the weekend. We'll be here for you again next week, working from home. I happen to be in the office right now signing a few checks, but I'll be heading back home. I want you to know that we're here for you and that we'll continue to work with you and for you, and we'll figure this out together. And in the meantime, be calm, stay safe, and carry on. Have a nice weekend. God bless.